It is time for the Masters with Big Boy Golf.
There he is.
I
There
love
he.
it. I love it. That had some energy. It's some pop to it.
Yeah.
Freddie's late, so we had to go virtual with the Freddie in the
He is
opening.
not a master.
Yeah, he's lack of master.
We should have him do that every time because he was much more into it than he is
Yeah,
when he's live.
He even
yeah. I
threw a
think
little. He even threw a little accent in there too. I don't know. I forgot what word it was.
yeah,
Masters, maybe it was. I
Masters.
don't know.
But dude,
All
it's
right.
Masters week. Come on.
Oh man.
Come
We
on,
literally talk about this all year. It's
All
the
year.
first thing we talked about on our first pod, waiting for this day. We're back in April at Augusta. I mean, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what we want. I am fired up because you got guys coming in the form coming into this thing, which makes the drama that much better. You got Jordan coming off a W, looking like the old Jordan. There's going to be people salivating to watch him play this week.
This feels like 2017. We got Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth playing in a tournament after a win. They both have wins on their last tournaments.
No, it's
amazing.
awesome. It's absolutely awesome. And you have, like we were saying before, Rock, you have Kepka that's kind of hovering right there. I mean, we talked about Rom. Yeah, we talked about Rom briefly, just having his kid. I mean, I like that. I think your opinion is a little different, or George's opinion was a little different with that. But I mean, that's the cool part about it. It's like, how does that affect guys, and what's their mindset going into it? And this place is so hard. You're going to touch on this in a second, I think, but after DJ scorched it last year, I totally agree that they are going to screw with people with the speed of the greens, with the way this place is set up. So why don't we get into the course itself, breakdown of stats, and just how you think this course is going to play harder than usual?
I'm so excited. I'm just waiting for Rock to get into this. It just makes I'm tingly all over it.
I mean, is there anything better than Augusta National? I mean, Magnolia,
No.
you're cruising up, you're ready to go. There's not like a pine needle out of place on this course. It is pristine.
Hot dogs are like
pristine,
$1.05.
Yeah, egg sandwiches. I already told my wife, I'm like, I want egg salad sandwiches on Thursday for lunch. And she's like, what? I'm like, I want egg salad sandwiches because that's what they do.
Pretty please.
At Augusta. By the way, her pick is Spieth. I think it's the only player she knows in the field, but
I mean, it's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I mean, I said
good pick.
He just came off a win. She's like, yeah, obviously. So yeah, Augusta National, boys. Par 72, 7,475 yards. It's a big course. It's big in so many different ways. The fairways
That's what she said.
Big.
The fairways are narrow, but there's no real rough that's going to be too penal.
Get it out early.
If you miss your fairways, you're going to be in some pine straw, and it gets tricky. But it's more about setting yourself up to attack these greens on the right angle. I've played Augusta on my simulator before, and I'll tell you, if you miss on the wrong side of the green, like, you're not getting up and down. Like, it's impossible. So you have to be strategic. It's why the best of the best win here, and the heady golfers win here. And yeah, I mean, weather, we can talk about weather. Weather could wreak havoc on this course. I'm looking at, I always look at strokes gained on par fives, because the par fives are definitely gettable here if you play them right. So I want guys that are going to take advantage of that. But overall, ball strikers. I'm looking at some driving distance, because that helps, although it's not everything. We saw back in November with Bryson, who was saying, "Oh, I'm going to play like it's a par 68." It's like, that didn't really happen now, did it there, big boy? Yeah, I'm fired up, man. I can't wait. I think the couple things I think you touched on, where in November DJ shot the course record for the tournament, I believe, and I don't think anybody's going that low. I think they're gonna have this place fast and firm. They have the sub-air system under the greens and the fairways, actually.
Do you know anything about that? Like
I just
how
know
that
that
works?
they have the ability to dry it out and I think make it more moist. I'm not really like super clear on the way it works,
crazy.
but they can dry it out real quick, which is nuts.
It's like heated or ventilated seats in your car, but they
I
just
think
have
it
it. They
is.
just happen
Or
to
like a
have that on the
driveway.
entire course.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
So
pretty
crazy.
cool. I know that um, there are other courses that have it under the greens, but I think Augusta is one of the only courses that has it under the fairways as well, which is kind of interesting.
I mean,
Well,
I like how in your model you weighed the approach so heavily, because I completely agree with that. I mean, you broke it down a little more where the average approach, I think on par fours and on par fives, ended up being in that low 180s, upper 180s for the two types of holes, which is right slam in the middle of that proximity 175 to 200 or 225. So like you said, if you're missing these greens and you kind of let shit get away from you, you're gonna be penalized big time. So those stats are crucial.
Well,
And
you look at guys like Spieth, who has always done really well here, or even Tiger. These guys aren't the most accurate with their drivers. They could get it out there, but they're not that accurate with their drivers. But
right,
they're either good on approach, and if they're not good on approach, they're good at saving their pars with their short around the green game. Same thing with Patty Daddy a couple years back.
Yeah.
My man was not hitting all the fairways, and he wasn't always in the perfect spot off the tee, but he was getting up and down when he missed the greens, and he was sticking that mid that 175 to 200 approach game. Like
you just speaking into this right now just made me realize something. I mean, there's always just a special flair to this golf course because of the golf course, the history, the atmosphere, and all that. But then also the course itself actually lends itself toward players that have a little more magic, like those moments where something's made out of a mistake or whatever. They're just a little more magical, like Tiger's chip on whatever that was that 15, 13, 16, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
I literally lost my mind. I remember watching that. I was in Boston. I lost my mind when that thing went in and just like barely rolled in the hole. God, it was amazing. There's just like
so many on the edge.
Yeah, so many of those moments.
The Nike sign of the ball, like was hung on the edge. It was almost like Nike paid for that.
Yeah, Nike was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to think out of the box so many times at this place, because if you just have the regular mentality of point A to point B, if you get knocked off of that, if you're not easily adjustable to, thinking like a Bubba Watson, how can I shape this, or how can I bring this in a different way and be open to doing that? And which makes sense why he would be somebody that excels here, because there's just so many ways that you're going to have to figure out through the course how to get there, because you can't afford to have the old school mentality of, well, I'm going to hit my normal shot and I hope it works out, because you can't take that chance anymore. So I totally agree with what you're saying.
There's so much risk reward here. It's like you really you really have to factor in, because you can't just be like Brendan Todd and just like, it's just not going to work. You're not going to be hitting middle of fairways and the middle of greens all week. It cannot work here. There's too much going on around the green complexes, and the holes themselves are too difficult. Those par fours, especially, where 180 plus yard approaches on a par four is insane. It's crazy.
Yeah. And there's going to be like 10, 15 foot landing areas.
Yeah.
Where if you're not in there, you're probably going to get a bogey.
Yep.
Like it's absolutely insane.
And that's why experience is such a big factor here. It's why debutant has not won since 1979, Fuzzy Zeller. It's why I think they're giving Morikawa such disrespect. I mean, he's number 4 in the world and he's 30-1, but he doesn't get up and down if he misses greens, and he doesn't have the experience here. So yeah, I it's so interesting to see how much of a mind game it is. I saw an interview with Cantlay today where he was saying, like, so many times I get tempted to shape the ball a different way than what feels natural to me, just by the layout of the course. So he'll be sitting there and say, I think I have to hit a draw into this hole. And he's like, I've learned that I may not, I can maybe go with what feels more natural and hit a fade or whatever, vice versa. So I thought that was interesting. It's such an advantage to have played here a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's important for everybody to know what we did this week, because this is a big week in the old model, follow the updated model. So for those of you following, we have always broken down the stats that we like for the week and assigned a ranking based off of those stats. We have a history of doing well with that, with players finishing high who were high in our model. We've always cross-referenced that with course history to give us a little bit of more information, but we're fine-tuning that to actually have an assigned value now. So we have a breakdown of a rank of course history, as well as recent form. So we're now merging 3 different charts together in one, which I think we're all in agreement that it's only going to improve that final number and the chance of it being more accurate. So,
Hey,
Rock, do
Georgie,
you
can
want
we
to
put that on the website? Putting you on the spot here. Is it possible to put the blended model like on our website?
Yeah, me and you could work together to make that happen.
Okay. Because
yeah, we'll make that
so
happen.
when you guys take a look at this thing, you're going to see a final score in the middle column, and that's based off of 100 points. So if, for example, we have three different categories, we have our model that we create based off important stats. We have recent form and we have course history. If somebody ranks number 1 in every category, then they would be a perfect 100 going into this tournament. So the closer you are to 100, the better you are with these merged categories. And I love the way it looks. I think it's very interesting. We do have a lot of heavy favorites at the top, which we should, because this is a heavy course history place. So I just love the fact that we talked about this right before we got on. There's guys that pop in here. There's guys that you notice that have a little longer odds, but when we merge these 3 things together, I like it a lot. I'll talk about it when we do our picks, but I mean, it gets me fired up.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, Justin Thomas is the number 1 in that blended model that we put together. He took the lead by like 4 points over John.
It's
Rahm,
a high score. He's a 95.35. I mean, that is, I was surprised when we said how we were going to do this. I didn't think anybody would get too close to that 100 mark. That's a high score.
Yeah.
So,
well, he's playing great right now, and he
Yep.
plays good at Augusta. I mean, there were the year I think it was when Reed won. I think he totally could have won that year. So yeah, I mean, he's one of the best players in the world.
So let's talk weather, ladies and gentlemen, because we haven't talked about it yet, and we should. Stormy Georgie here with your Augusta National Weather Report.
Stormy Georgie.
Stormy Georgie. As we know, this course is fast. It's firm. It's actually not true. It's fast. And sometimes it's firm depending on if they cool the fairways. So this weekend is interesting. Thursday, there's really not much to talk about. It's just cloudy pretty much for the whole day. That's the forecast as of now, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. Then we get into Friday where we have some scattered thunderstorms. Chance is about 50%. The high's around 80 degrees. It's getting to be that time of year where it's hot as a ball sack and sticky with humidity in Georgia, pretty much the whole state. Not much wind on Friday, so no wind to worry about. But the rain and the thunderstorms, obviously we want to see this played in 4 days. Well, that's not honestly. Maybe some people love when there's stacked days where they have to play more than 18. I personally really prefer tournaments when they can play all 18 each day. So hopefully the thunderstorms aren't too severe where they have to stop play because of lightning, because that's the one thing that you can't really predict too accurately is the lightning stuff. So we'll see what happens on Friday, but there is no wind really to speak of. However, that rain now is continuing into Saturday. So now this is probably going to be Augusta's call with how much they're going to be trying to manipulate the moisture on the course, because it's going to slow stuff down. So again, we have about 40% chance of rain on Saturday. No wind again, 5 to 10 miles an hour. It's not going to affect the ball at all. and highs right around 80 as well. And then Sunday, high right around 80 again, 5-10 mile per hour winds, and there's really no rain after like 4 a.m. in the forecast. So that's pretty much it. The weather's pretty nice with some scattered thunderstorms and showers, mostly likely Friday and Saturday, that could slow things down a little bit.
Couple things. One, you got to remember it's a smaller field. Oh, we got a little Donnie Dickerson's here.
Freddie McFredderson's coming in.
We'll see how long it takes him to get his mic working.
Yeah.
It's a smaller field. There's only 89 players, and I don't know, 20 of them are like old men who won back in like the 80s. So keep that in mind. 2, the cut rule is always different at Augusta. He's in his car.
Oh, sexy.
Via audio.
Look at that. Yeah, nice view in the car there.
What's up, Donnie Dick?
What's going on?
we're just talking about the field. I was just saying that it's a shorter field, only 89 golfers, and 20 of them are old men that aren't gonna win. And also, the cut rule is top 50 in ties, or if you're within 10 shots of the leader, you make the cut. That's standard Augusta cut rules, which is different than every other tournament.
Rock.
But yeah, what's up, bud?
Answer this for me. Because I'm looking at the chart and there's a name that I see and I'm a little confused. Not really sure if he's
playing. Ricky
playing.
Fowler.
Why is Ricky Flower on the list?
I don't know. He's definitely not playing. But
don't do this to me, because I saw his name and I thought there was some weird exemption that he got in.
No, they put him in, and I guess he was on the edge, but I don't think he's playing. I'm almost certain he's not playing, but he was in the stat model, so
God damn it.
But if he was playing, he would definitely win. Like
that's 100%. That's all. I can't talk anymore about Richard Flower. It's heartbreaking.
But Tony Finau's playing, so if you had the urge to bet Ricky Flower, you could just bet Tony Finau.
I do like Tony this week.
I know. He's finally getting some little juicy odds. 35-1. He's not.
Yes, that's why.
Yeah,
I like that.
People went on a spree of betting him to win, and they all realized it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, so they finally caught up with Big Rock and said, this fucking guy doesn't win, so why are we giving him the highest odds in the field? So
I bet him last week for the first time all year. He's been coming second, third, second. He missed the cut. He doesn't even come close. He can't even make the cut, bastard.
Remember when he broke his ankle or dislocated his ankle? Oh, good God.
Gross. And then proceeded to dominate.
Yeah, snapped it back in place and then played out.
He was the first round leader that year.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Hey, also one more quick note. The app is going to be dope. Download the 2021 Masters app. You're going to be able to watch every golfer, like multiple different angles. Like
you need more TVs, bro.
I know. I'm like, I got 5 TVs, computer, and an iPad, and a laptop. So
let's talk some golfers. Let's work our way down this list a little bit. Why we like some guys, what we think about their odds. Who jumps out at you first as being completely overrated based on their odds?
Well, I'm going to say Bryson. I mean, he hasn't shown that he can make this a par 68 like he was saying back in November. I mean, he also, you can hit it as far as you want, but if you don't have your wedge game working at Augusta, you're in trouble, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I do not like him here. His course history, like you said, is not even close to what it is with a lot of these guys. So he's already behind the 8 ball with that. And we saw what he tried to do last time and it didn't work. So why would you like him? Right?
Yeah. And the last thing they want to do is let him overpower this golf course. They're going to set this up in a way. I saw him on the range today. He's hitting 200-mile-an-hour swing speeds and like being all crazy. And they're like, he's gonna drive it over the 3rd hole and like all this stuff. It's like they're gonna set this up in a way where they're not gonna let him make this like a joke. And that's what he would need to do to win here. I think.
Yeah, the problem with that too is like in order to, like, sure, maybe he could pull it off for a couple holes, but if you're trying to do that kind of stuff here consistently, you're gonna get bit and you're gonna get bit bad, and it's gonna cost you more than it gains, in my opinion.
Can I interrupt this pod with just something out of
Is this a word from our local sponsors?
Yeah, it's a word from our local sponsor. Let's do a big shout out. Happy birthday, Stormy Georgie.
Hey.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you very much. Listen, if you could have asked me 10 years ago, adult life, into sports, I know what happens, different times of the year. Hey, when do you want your birthday to be? I would say right around when baseball starts and the Masters happens. And it just so happens that's when my birthday is, April 5th.
So you picked your birthday. That's what
I picked it. I I subliminally told my mom. She's like, all right.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, bud. Yeah, feels good. Turning 39 today.
We're going next year, 40th at Augusta.
Oh,
Gotta make it happen.
That?
Gotta make it happen.
God.
Gotta make it happen. I don't care. Whoever's listening to this, whatever you need, we'll make it happen for you to make that happen for us. Come on.
Help me, help you.
All right. Well,
happy birthday, George.
Brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. What's next? Should we get into this? Oh, we're talking about golfers. Who else do you think is overrated?
I want to know what Freddie has to say. I mean, he's not really speaking much.
I have no idea how much. How's my connection?
You sound great.
You look
I'm
great.
going Bryson and missed the cut.
I saw that one coming.
Let me guess, you hate Bryson.
I don't hate him. I just dislike him.
I have a question.
It's so tough because you got 80-something normal golfers and 50 of them probably are going to make the cut. So,
yeah.
I mean, he would have to fall off the face of the earth pretty much to miss it. I don't dislike it though.
No. That is not my bet. That is not my bet.
Here's somebody I think is overrated, even though the odds kind of make sense. But still, we just talked about him, Colin Morikawa. I could see him missing the cut easily. I mean, he's got great long iron game, but if he misses some greens here, he's going to bogey every hole.
Yeah, he's terrible all around the green.
Yeah, he doesn't have the which is crazy because he's like the 4th ranked player in the world, but he just doesn't have the game to make up for that if he misses a little bit.
Yeah, and I can totally see him surprising us, and that would be awesome because, I think we all kind of love this kid, but I wouldn't be surprised if he misses the cut, except for Freddie. Freddie probably hates him.
Don't say anything else, Freddie. I know what you're thinking right now. Don't say
I have a question, Freddie. Are you going to be super mad if Kevin Na wins and DJ has to put the green jacket on Kevin Na?
Oh, that would be great.
I might bet that just because.
Wow.
I might actually turn off the ceremony at the end if that had to happen.
What a story.
Kidding? That would be must-see TV, dude.
Oh my!
Just throw it at him.
No,
no, I would be like, no. I didn't say my left arm yet. I didn't say left arm.
Put your arm down. Put it down.
Have you guys talked about the silent killer, Justin Thomas?
What about him?
I think he's the scariest guy in the field as of today.
He ranks.
We did talk about how he's popping in our new blended model, which we're gonna put up on the website.
Ooh,
he's always scary. He's always,
yeah.
And we've said this at any point in any tournament, he could just turn it on. He's one of a handful of guys that could, from playing poorly to go on 7 out of 8 holes birdieing and looking like nobody's going to touch him. So he is, without a doubt, scary. I love him.
Here's a question for you guys. Dustin Johnson has not been playing like Dustin Johnson since the last Masters. He like kind of fell off the map a little bit there. Do you think he comes back into form because it's the Masters, or do you think he struggles a little bit here?
I don't like him at 8-1. That's what I'm seeing.
It's crazy.
As a huge favorite. Listen, he's on that short list of guys that can show up and have it, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did. I personally don't like him. I think when your recent form is that poor, to me at that high of odds, that's just I can't do that.
Here's another question for you. If you're Justin Thomas, you've been playing insanely well for the last, 6 years, like constantly crushing it. Jordan Spieth wins a tournament, and now he's got better odds than you. How does that knock it under your skin a little bit, even though he's your buddy, right?
You think these guys look at that?
Yeah, bro. You kidding me?
Yeah, but like
whether they look at it or not, somebody's telling them. They know. They find these things out, I'm sure. Wouldn't you want to know? You know, I'd want to know.
I don't know. I don't think I would.
I'd bet on my buddies and stuff.
I would want to know.
I mean, Jordan, I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable with the odds that short, but I mean, he's won at the Masters. He has 2 second places and a 3rd place at the Masters. So he loves this place. And he's coming off a win and like I think 4 top 5s in his last 5 starts.
Killing it.
Like the dude is hot fire right now.
For what it's worth, I was very scared of Jordan last week. This week, he doesn't scare me. Not that he can't win, but he just doesn't. I don't think Justin Thomas scares me a lot more than him. I just feel like timing-wise, it's more in his favor. Jordan Spieth has been building up to that win. He had a softer field last week. And I just felt like it was his time to break through. And I don't know if he's mentally ready to like dominate on the world stage at the Masters right now. And I think they're giving him odds like he's ready for it. I'm not saying he's not, but I don't know. He doesn't scare me.
I'll tell you, man, it's good for the sport though.
It is.
Like the idea that like you said earlier, it feels like it's 2017 or even earlier. Like, Jordan Spieth is a fan favorite, and he's back, and he's playing well. And
I mean, I don't know if there's ever been a time in golf history where you have this kind of murderers. I mean, I'm just gonna go. I'll go down the list of the top 10 guys: Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, Cantlay, Xander, Brooks, Morikawa. Webby's there, Reed's there, Berger's there, Tony Finau. Like, there's all these new names that are crazy good. There's these older names that are still crazy good. There's these like middle, like the guys that have been around for a little while. Bryson is a totally different animal we've never seen on the PGA Tour. It's really fun right now to be a golf spectator, and I'm so excited about this year, especially with Spieth. It just adds a little more pep. The only thing we're missing is our man Eldridge. We're missing him.
Yeah, so my wife's pick was Spieth, but she did say, "I'll tell you who's not going to win: Tiger."
Mm-hmm.
It's a low blow.
It's a low blow.
Pretty accurate.
Do we have any updates about our man?
She's perfect.
T-Dubs?
The last thing I heard was that the sheriff's department issued a statement where they knew the cause of the accident, but they weren't releasing it.
Oh boy.
What does that mean?
Exactly.
That means
exactly.
He's got
they had to get.
That was interpreted
they had to get
in a lot of
approval
different
from the
ways.
family, right?
Yeah. I'm sure
not necessarily.
I'm sure he's got his. He's got powerful people all over the place.
That's what the statement said, which I thought was weird.
Well, then that would make me think that the information is personal. Because if it's just, if it's road conditions or if it's something like that, then that wouldn't be a reason to get the family's permission. You know what I mean?
What's he doing that's personal that causes him to crash?
I don't know.
Drugs.
Then wouldn't he be charged?
Oh, good question.
You know what I mean?
He doesn't have to be. I mean, it all depends on the circumstances. And
if it was painkillers, they can't charge him for that, right?
Well, it depends what he's prescribed. If he's not prescribed, is he using them correctly? Is he using, you know what I mean? There's a lot of different ways to.
It's tricky.
I have a speculation, but I'm not going to share it right now.
What are you, Tiger Woods?
No, I think I know what he was doing.
I know what you're saying, but you're doing the same thing that Tiger's doing. That's what we're talking about.
It's personal. It's personal.
All right. Oh, that's fair. I can't argue.
If his family lets me, I'll tell you what I think happened.
Okay. All right. Well, let us know. Keep us posted. In the meantime, should we get into some picks?
Yeah, you can't wait. You sloppy.
I'm chomping. I'm chomping at the bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our Flying Embers first round flyer. I had to look at it to see. So Flying Embers, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, it is a hard kombucha alcoholic beverage. Drink responsibly. It's tasty, delicious treats, and it's getting warmer in the year, and it doesn't get any better than a nice cold kombucha. Big Rock's got himself an Arnold Palmer kombucha blend just to celebrate Augusta a little bit more. The man celebrates his tournaments like nobody else I've ever met. Here we go.
Do I look like that guy from that tweet?
From the what?
From that tweet I sent you earlier.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
All right, sorry, go ahead. Go.
Inside, no one has any idea what we're talking about. And you'll never will because we are not going to tell you. In the red, black, and green corner, At 6'2", we don't know his reach. He's 30 years old. He's 179 pounds. I've never said his name on the podcast before.
Oh boy.
He can go low. He went low last year, first round. His name is Dylan Fratelli. I held it. I just held it. I held on to it.
I like that. I liked that.
That's my
Interesting.
Yep. He shot a 65 first round last year to tie Sanjay, I think, for first round leader.
And something Ron told me about last year was that that Fratelli added some distance.
Oh, I like that. He's right now 90-1 where I'm seeing him. First round flyer. You got to like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he made a comment last year about how with everything Bryson's doing, it made him rethink some of the ways that he approaches, and he found like 15 to 20 yards in his drive.
Look at that.
Making some minor tweaks with not having to really do much more to his swing, which
look at that. That goes
insane.
right into what I was just saying. Bryson comes along, does shit nobody else has ever done before, and then everyone's like, oh, you know what? Maybe parts of that I can take and use.
Well,
like,
Rory has said publicly that because of what he saw Bryson do, he tried to add distance and it's messed him up. He's said that he's said it as an excuse.
Why would Rory feel like he has to add distance?
Exactly. I mean, guys like Fratelli,
bro,
I get it.
Everybody's got an ego, man.
Ego, bro.
Yeah.
Ego.
I mean, Rory's the best driver of the ball. I mean,
Freddie,
I don't know
move the seatbelt.
Move the seatbelt. Oh yeah. Look at that.
That's that logo,
that's a pretty
boy.
Sweatshirt. That's a pretty sweatshirt. But as I was saying, Rory is the best driver of the golf ball in the history of golf. I don't think you can find anyone that comes close to his stats. And so, all of a sudden this guy comes that's doing stuff with the driver that nobody else has ever done. It's going to get under your skin a little bit. You're going to want to try it. Why not try it? They messed him up, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's crazy that Fratelli's 80-1.
I got 90, I think.
That's a big number.
It is. I'm taking it right now. Yep.
California's odds are always blown up, huh?
You like that? You like that?
Who's next for the first round flyer?
I think it's me.
What do you got? What do you got, Freddie?
Flying Embers first round flyer. Haters gonna hate. Patty, my daddy.
Oh
wow.
Man.
I almost did it right after you. Now I'm not going to.
You're going
I love it
across the board, aren't you?
I may. I just may.
I don't blame you.
How do you not like him here?
I'm gonna tell you guys something. I feel so good about this week that I'm almost Big Rock guaranteeing. I'm gonna put a little stamp on it. Someone's hitting in either an FRL or an outright winner. One of us are hitting one this week.
Wow.
It's happening.
I love it. This week might be magical in so many ways.
All right. I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do it. There's so many guys that I like, and I agree with you, George. There's so many big names that, you know what? It's almost not worth it to me because everybody has a shot to go too low. You know, grab somebody that's in that middle range because it's going to be worth it. And
especially first round flyer.
Yeah. They have just as good of a chance as anybody else. Yeah. It's not super, super low, but I'm going Tony.
Yeah.
He's played here long enough now. He's built up a little bit of a course history. He's built up a little bit of confidence here. It's been a while since he broke his ankle. I like him. I like him to have that ability to move the ball around and get a little more creative than some of these other guys. And Rock, like you said, if these guys do look at their odds, which you're probably right, they probably do. I think he's noticing that the pressure's off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they kind of knocked him down a peg. Let's take it easy on him. And don't like him for the tournament. Got to put 4 rounds together, but we know what he's capable of. 33-1, I'm seeing. Probably more in Cali, but Tony, I think you.
I love it.
All right, I'm going with a guy who almost was the first round leader last week, and I'm going Hideki Matsuyama. I like where he's sitting in our blended model.
Nice.
I think back to the Players when it got canceled. Remember, he went crazy low, and he was a first round leader there, and that tournament didn't even count. He seems to like it here. He stats out well. I like his game on par fives. I could see him putting a low round together. I don't know if he's gonna do enough 4 rounds to win, but I could definitely see him coming out with a bang. Hideki. 45 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who's next? What are we doing?
We're going winners. It's time for winner.
I think that's Donnie.
Yep. Frederick.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm driving.
You're doing great.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Don't.
I really wanted to go Patty Daddy all the way. I think that I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go with the man I was afraid of, the man that continues to scare me, Justin Thomas.
Wow.
I'm seeing
places.
I'm seeing DraftKings
12 and a half.
Really? Oh, I'm looking at first round leader. That's why.
12 and a half.
Yeah, I see. What do I have?
So
I have 12. Yeah.
Yeah, 12's the best you're gonna get. But
hey, I mean, the guy should fucking win here. You know what I mean? Like, he's that good. He's that hot.
So
he has the game for this place.
The one negative, which is just the narrative, but is I don't know if anyone, maybe Tiger, but if anyone won the Players and then came around the next month and won the Masters, I think.
Oh,
just
interesting.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think I remember that it was Tiger and he did it twice.
That sounds right. That's
Yeah,
he was the only person.
Right.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, shocker. So looking at the model, there's a few specific stats that I like a lot in Augusta. I mean, I like all of our stats on the model, but there's 2 that jump out at me that I try to find somebody that excels in both. We've actually talked about this before. There's not many golfers that have a very good proximity ranking from distance and also are very good strokes gained around the green. For whatever reason, you don't find the combination. There's guys that
don't practice it. They don't practice it because they're sticking it.
I know, but it's weird to me, you know, like you got guys that are very good proximity that rank almost at the bottom of the field in this group in around the green. So a couple guys that I like a lot are Zalatoris. His proximity is very good. He struggles a little bit around the green, which makes me worry.
He's a debutant.
And he's a debutant,
Great
which is
hair,
a problem.
Though. Fabulous hair.
I do like Hideki. He stats out really well.
He's getting old. How old is he now? 40 something?
No.
You know I like Rahm. I talked about this. I think his mindset's going to be a little more relaxed after having the kid. I don't think he's going to be as stressed, which I think is going to make him play better. I love his putting ability. What were you going to say, George? What were you going to say?
I was going to so I just had a kid 4 months ago, and I'm trying to psychoanalyze this myself, like if other things in my life seem less stressful. And I think for me, you're right. Like, you're describing my experience, at least. I don't know. Everybody's different, of course, but I think I'm taking other things less seriously.
Right.
Is that what you're sort of thinking?
Yeah, because, you know, this is one of the biggest events these guys are going to play in their career. Every year they come here.
Yeah.
So there's going to be added stress on that level. And obviously he's going to have a lot of other things that he's thinking about. You know?
So then the question is, that's the interesting thing, is that could be a good thing for him. It could be a bad thing for him.
I think for him, it would be a good thing because he's a head case.
He is a head case.
But it could be bad. So what I'm saying is I can't take the chance on a head case, is what I'm saying. Even though I think he's going to do well. Can't take the chance on him. So I'm between Zalatoris and actually I'm going to save that for my save that for my value.
We're so secretive today.
Yeah.
I like it.
41 years since a debutant has won.
I thought you were going to say that's how old Hideki was.
No, Hideki's 29. Oh, man.
How old is he?
Young. 29.
What?
Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah, he's young.
29 years old.
He's not aging well. He needs to moisturize.
I think you're thinking of Appy Baramrat.
Oh yeah, I get those two confused all the time.
That guy looks like an old smoking shit show.
He uses his cigs on the course to judge the wind. Like he smokes cigs
Smart.
and he
That's
watches
smart.
through this. Yeah.
All right,
Do it, Ron. What
Rock,
are you doing?
you're gonna like this.
Oh,
The only thing
steal
that he
mine?
actually doesn't have going for him in our blended model, he's still a high rank. The only thing that he struggles a little bit is recent form, and I'm really not that concerned about his recent form because I fucking love the guy and he could put his balls off.
You're stealing my guy.
That's our man, Mr. Webb.
I already
Simpson.
bet him.
Webby, let's go.
FanDuel's hanging a 43-1, Polly.
Oh,
that is a dirty
God.
number.
Disrespectful.
I love it. He's my pick to win this week, 100%.
I got 35.
It's his time. And, to your point, you're not worried about the recent form. We had Paul Tesori on here. He told us Webby's playing a lot less. He's got like 8 kids, and he's just playing a lot less. but he's faster and stronger and better than he's ever been. He's putting better. He's better around the green. He's my clear cut. I'm with you. I have a backup because I was afraid someone was going to steal that, but I love that. My backup, because it's my turn, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go. Man, I'm gonna go with Daniel Berger.
The fur.
My boy, I'm definitely gonna have him on the card.
Wow.
He's pretty long odds, right?
I got him 35 on mine. Yours is
I gotta be honest. I was tempted to go Brooks because I think he's got this injury, but I almost feel like he's like just downplaying himself to try to make himself more of an underdog, and it's working. He's
going like a
30-1
New England
on PointsBet.
Patriots kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like it is very Belichickian.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think Berger's game fits this place. He didn't qualify to play in November, or he had COVID or something. But I just love him. I love what he can do. I love his short game, his approach game. He's dirty. Danny Berger. 40.
From going back to those stats that I was talking about with the around the green and proximity, my boy Webby is probably the best blend of that, just so you know. He's 5th around the green, 36 proximity 175 to 200, and 20th proximity 200 plus. Just saying, those are all solid.
We may have to start selling branded blenders with the amount of times we're saying the word blend or blended.
Blended.
But
the
listen,
blended.
There's something to be said too for having a dirty caddy, having all this experience. You grow up. He grew up down there in North Carolina, or I don't know, somewhere
Florida,
southeast. I don't know, but like he's a heady player. He's smart. He's won big tournaments before. He has a U.S. Open win. He has a Players Championship. It's his time to win the Masters. Man, I feel good about it. Let's go. Sorry, George. Go. Your turn.
In the red, white, and blue corner, that's a trick.
Oh, I know what you're
Weighing
saying.
in at 195 pounds. He's 33 years old. There's no stripes on this flag. He's from Berdesert, Queens.
What?
Where?
Australia.
I thought for sure it was Patty Daddy until you said 195 pounds.
My man, Jason Day. Listen, I'm a Jay Day homer. I love this guy. I've loved him for a long time. He's been injured a lot. He is looking better and better every tournament. He was my pick a couple tournaments ago. I don't remember when. I don't care. We're at the Masters. He loves the Masters. Everything's different. I don't look at numbers as much here as other tournaments. I go by feel and course history. And this man, he likes this place. I like him. If his putter heats up, like Rocky were talking about it a little while ago, his ball striking is on point lately. And historically, his putting is bonkers. So he puts those two together. This tournament, he's got a real solid shot. I'm going my man, Jay Day. I got him at 55-1.
I'm seeing 66-1 on PointsBet.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Love Jay Day. His last 4 tournaments, gained 3.3 putting, gained 2.4 putting, gained 2.6 putting. He's a great putter. What? at the Players, he lost 7.7 strokes to the field putting, which is
so weird,
terrible. And he still finished 35th because he gained 11.2 tee to green. The point is, he's ball striking his face off. He loves himself some Augusta. If he can just get the putter rocking,
dirty around the green too.
So good.
dirty.
Yeah,
he'll make
better
a few
than he
chips.
rates out. Yeah, so I love it. I love that.
That's my pick.
All right,
Rock, I think I agree with you. I think somebody's gonna sniff something out here with a first round or an outright. I love what we're doing.
yeah,
I like what I'm hearing.
Really confident. And
all right, are we all in with our outrights?
Yep.
Yeah.
Value time.
Ooh, juice time.
Juices. Oh.
We will hit at least one first round or outright between those 8 picks. And we're also going to hit at least one value, maybe 2.
I'm gonna tell our listeners right now. I'm taking everybody we just said as first rounds and outrights as first rounds and outrights. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I do.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there was a better way to say that, but no, I totally agree.
Blender.
For example, I think you took Hideki first round leader, right?
Yeah, I know.
100%. I'm betting him to win. 100%.
Yep.
So I'm just throwing that out there. So I'm betting them all each ways. Value time. Value. I'm going to tell you right now, there was no question in my mind. I am absolutely hammering this week. I'm going to bet, as Rocky likes to say, an uncomfortable amount on this guy for my value pick.
Wow.
I'm going to sweat the shit out of this for 4 days because I know he's going to make the cut. Just jinx the shit out of it.
No.
Is 23 in our stat model. But listen, hold on. My important stats for this guy are his proximity numbers. You ready? 175 to 200. He is 10th in the field. And around the green, he is 4th.
Wow.
The only thing that hurts him is his numbers go up a little bit on the long proximity, 200 plus. I don't mind that because I think the main proximity that we're going to see is less than 2. So I'm not overly concerned about that. His odds are 110 to 1 to win with those stats. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm going top 20. Si Woo Kim top 20 plus 350. Put the mortgage on it. Put the car payment on it.
Do not listen to that, everybody that's listening.
No, don't do that.
I disagree. I think
don't do that. Everybody's different.
I mean, sell a pair of shoes, maybe.
Put your mortgage on it.
Yeah. 1 month, just 1 month.
Yeah. Get your tax return. Your tax return. Throw it on there.
Those odds are crazy. That's weird.
Bro.
He's top 20 every time he picks up a bag.
This dude has been playing solid as hell. He has great stats here. Like I said, that long proximity in the around the green is huge at Augusta. Absolutely huge.
Oh man. All right, I guess it's my turn. And I tell you what, everybody, I'm a little torn. And I think I'm gonna say somebody here on this podcast, and then I don't know what's gonna happen by Thursday. I don't know. That's how torn I am. I'm not sure what's happening, and I got a lot of names written down. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with a little bit of experience here.
Never hurt.
Guy who plays well here. He likes it here. Wait a second. Am I going with another? Hang on. I might be going with another Australian. I have an issue. I have an issue where every person I pick,
it's where you got aged. We know.
It's true. I have a bias. Yep. I mean, he's a little bit bigger. He's 6'2". He's got a wonderful beard. I'm going with my man, Mark Leishman, I believe is how you pronounce it.
You've been betting him a lot lately, haven't you?
I have. It's at least my second time. I'm going top 20 plus 300 is what I got. I think that's a solid bet. Although I will be honest, I think Sanjay M top 20 plus 350 is the best bet in a long time.
What are the odds you say? I don't know why I said that.
It sounds like you're starting.
What are the odds you say?
Plus 300 is what I got, which is probably worse than what you guys have for these bets.
All right.
MJM 35 to 1.
Donnie Dick.
Getting that right now.
I am going with the man who transformed his facial hair. He looks so boss. George already mentioned him. Jason Day, top 10.
Love it.
I like that.
I love that.
Give me
like
odds. I don't
that.
have the odds in front of me. Give me the odds.
I have them.
Working on it. I got 40-1. Nope, 4-1.
40.
Oh, Jesus. Big discrepancy.
I forgot to carry the one.
I got
Make
plus
it 400.
Plus 450. Nice. All right. I am going with Webb Simpson, top 10, plus 335.
What? That's not right.
I think I'm looking at it, right? Yeah, top 10.
Charlie value.
335.
That is great odds.
Dude,
Charlie
there's only
value.
89 players in the field, and
Yeah.
and like 20 of them are over the age of 70. And
Hang
like,
on a second. First of all, am I echoing every once in a while?
No.
Anybody else hearing that? Weird.
Nope.
Charlie value. I think maybe you're looking at odds for Sanjay for a different bet.
I didn't take Sanjay.
he didn't take. He said
I took Siwoo.
I don't like it as much. Then. I was thinking. I was thinking Sanjay the whole time. Oh, no wonder why
You don't like Siwoo?
I like Siwoo.
I
Dude,
love the play.
His
He also is playing.
proximity.
He's also
His proximity and around the green, man. That's like what Augusta's all about, man. You got to stack out.
He's also playing for his life. If he has to go to the military if he doesn't win a major soon.
Are you kidding?
Siwoo, yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna hammer.
I don't like that.
Yeah, he could win a major or like the Olympics, or otherwise he has to go like fight.
So it's not that hard.
See, that's like a whole level
that
of
Kim or
stress and nerves that I don't really like that.
Siwoo Kim.
Kim?
I mean, it's not that everybody that goes to the military dies. You know, it's not like he's playing for his life. Maybe he likes the military. Maybe
Most
he's
of
looking
them
forward
die.
to it.
Most of them die.
Rock.
bad.
Oh,
Come on. Don't say that to the children.
All right. Well, we have to do a Masters pick for the people.
I mean, there's been names that have come up multiple times, and I think if we're, we got to stick to the ones that we're obviously on.
Right.
So the ones that we're hearing a lot are Jay Day. We're hearing a lot. We're hearing a lot of Webby. We're also hearing a lot of. Was it just those two? I thought there was somebody else.
Jay Day, Webby, and
Patty Daddy.
Patty Daddy.
We're definitely in on Webby and Jay Day from the sounds of it.
I like it. I'm down for both of those. I'll do Day for Instagram and Facebook.
Wait, what are we doing to win?
Win.
Top 5?
We need a winner here. It's Augusta, boys.
55-1. I'll bet it right now.
Day. And who else? Webby?
I'll do Webby for the tweet world at Twitter.
At Twitter.
All right, everybody. At BBG Picks everywhere, including website.
.internet.
We got some merch coming out. Be on the lookout.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see a BBG hat. It's the real
Frederick.
deal.
And soon to come, an assortment of blenders.
Does anybody have any last-minute thoughts?
God, I would love just a solid.
Happy Masters.
Hattie, did you say Hattie?
George was about to say something real emotional. For
Yeah.
his birthday, and you
I'm
were like,
so
"Happy
delayed. I'm
Masters!"
sorry.
Oh, he's delayed.
I'm in my car. It was a long day.
You
Oh,
look
I'm so
great.
delayed.
The sunlight is glistening off your forehead. You look
Yeah,
good.
You look really good.
You look
Did you just
cozy.
shave?
And
Thank you.
swag.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, we're losing everybody. Listen, I was just going to say, if any of you listening have some really cool master stories, I would love some more like personal stories about what it's like being there. I can't get enough of that stuff. I can't wait to have.
Are you
some of
talking to
our own.
us?
I'm talking to anybody that's listening.
So you want to give your Twitter? Like, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah. Do you have an email?
Yeah, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. Hit us up. Tell us about a story. We'll have you on next week. Talk about it.
Ooh, I like that.
I love it. I love it.
Egg salad sandwiches, boys. Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
that's all we're eating. I love it. All right, boys. I'm so
Big week.
fired up. So
Big
fired
week,
up.
big weekend. Happy
Hey.
birthday again, George.
Follow
Happy
us on
birthday,
Twitter.
George.
Happy birthday, Georgie.
Thanks, boys. Let's
All right.
go.
Let's get one. BBG.